Hey everybody, how's it going? Marcos Villegas for Fight Up TV, powered by Stagefront VIP. Being joined with Coach Calvin Ford, the trainer of Gervonta Davis. They have a pay-per-view date this Saturday against Hector Luis Garcia. Coach, how you doing? I'm great, man. You got some fans kind of wondering though. Yeah. How's Tank mentally, given about everything that's happened?
Come watch the fight, man. You'll see what his mental is. This before the commotion of the media and everything, he was already focused. If you look at the press conference before everything happened, we setting everybody on notice. What y'all just did was just put more gas on the fire. You know, so when I'm saying he know what he got to do, we understand that we're going into a new era, and this is the generation that he's carrying to the next generation.
He got people worried because there was a tweet where he said, low-key, I don't want to fight in this event, and people were like, "Oh man, like what's going on?"
For all the stuff that was happening, because as y'all know, Tank didn't understand how big he's really becoming, and I always take a negative and turn it into a positive, and that was the answer, because so many meteors jumped all over him, and that normally don't happen. You get what I'm saying? And when I look at the situation, right, that's not the first time that happened to an athlete, African American, or men, period. And nobody never discussed about these things, you know what I'm saying? And it happens. But he didn't do anything wrong, but everybody was on him. And, you know, and United States is supposed to be not guilty before, you get what I'm saying? So
innocent before proven guilty.
Thank you. So when you sit back and look at it, man, it was just ridiculing the man. You know what I'm saying? It was like, man, and Tank, he came from the mud. And he's giving kids hope that anything is possible. And him building and doing everything that he's been doing and going through everything that he's going through, he's still standing strong. You know, and this was a great example for the youth that's coming up, to send a message like, you know, hold up, let's get the facts first, see what's going on first before we start ridiculing the person.
That day when it happened, I believe it was a Sunday, how'd you hear about it, and what was your reaction?
Called me, actually. His mom's called me and asked me, was I still, you know, I said, yeah, I'm here, what's wrong? And then when she told me, we happened to look at the news. We couldn't believe it, you know, so we was shocked and whatnot, you know, and I always tell Tank, you know, like one thing we don't want to never do is put our hand on a woman, you know what I'm saying? And he did, he listened, you know what I'm saying? You know, so I'm happy for him. His family member, you know, they go through, but they got the counseling, they talked about it, and she told me she just got frantic, you know what I'm saying? And it happens, you know, so the good thing about it, we moving forward.
Were you worried that the fight was going to get canceled, and did you get indication from Showtime that they wanted?
I wasn't really worrying about the fight anymore, I was worrying about him. Bump the fight, because after all this over with, he's still a person. That's all I care about, he know that, you know what I'm saying? You hear me sometimes like, yo, I don't need this. This didn't make me. I'm still gonna be me because I stay humble. You know what I'm saying? I was worrying about him and his mental and how people was looking at it. You notice when he made his tweet, he just wanted to clear his name. That's all he cared about. And that made me, gave him the utmost respect.
Tank mentioned that he doesn't want to be in this for very long. Have you and him spoken about that? How long he wants to stay in?
It's not the thing of him being in it very long. It's just the thing, all the greats, they take time out. Tank been boxing since 7 years old. So at some point in this, he want to sit back and get his thoughts together, because now we don't have Floyd. We don't have Mayweather promotion, it's GTD. So we got to sit there and iron all these things out to understand the real side of the business and put things in place. That's like on his tweet. He said he don't have all these things because they used to take care of everything. So now we got to regroup and put all these systems in place so we can move forward.
Speaking of the split that he had with Floyd, I would imagine you talked to Javonta a lot about going on his own. What was to him like, why did he choose to go that path?
Talk to Gervonta about that. Floyd did it when he left Earn. Similar, look at it, but the difference is he paid for his way out. Tank did his tour of duty with Floyd. So it was about time, you know what I'm saying? And you know, Floyd was a man about it, you know, nothing bad about it, because he taught him, and to be honest, they're gonna do business again. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be friends again, you know what I'm saying? It's business at the end of the day. You know, I look at them as one and the same. You know what I'm saying? It's Tank time to carry this next generation to where they're gonna go at.
How was that relationship between Gervonta and Floyd? Because, like on tweets, you'd see like sometimes people would interpret it like little jabs at Floyd.
Reason why, because Floyd was doing his thing. And, you know, as a young fighter and you're a promoter, you think he's going to be there. And then Floyd, he's doing his thing. And then Tank even said it. He said, shucks, if I was Floyd, I'd probably be doing my thing too. You know, and then you got to remember, Floyd really came a promoter when Tank came around. Because this company been in place. You know what I'm saying? But he really came a promoter when Tank came around. He was more forceful. He was more around. He came to more of the fights. So it was a learning curve with him too. And then Gervonta got to go through the same thing when he bringing on fighters. So again, I'm happy for both of them.
Was there resentment there on Javonta's part? Like, did he feel like he wasn't getting like enough support?
I wouldn't say that. It was just right now he did his tour of duty. He did his time that he was supposed to do according to the paperwork. You know, so at this time, like, okay, let me see what I do. Floyd talks about it every time. I spent such and such and such, and I made such and such and such. So Tank trying to do the same thing to take care of his family and team too.
With the Garcia fight on the horizon, you have this Garcia. You guys are focused and trained.
This Garcia, his name is Hector, so I got to worry about Hector Garcia.
It leads into this other question. Do you feel the fight even happens?
That's a good question. That's a good question. Garcia, he didn't take a fight to prep for a fight. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's on him. I don't know what's going on with him and his team. I wish him the best. I hope it happened because it's a mega fight. But I know we're going to keep moving on. You know what I'm saying? We're going to find the biggest fights that we can get and keep it moving.
Tank has made some accusations that Ryan may be on special sauce. What do you make of all that? Why does he feel that?
And at this level, and knowing what you're ready to go into, if you go into that, you need every edge you're going to get. People that you hang around, track record, you know what I'm saying, Photoshop, or, you know, you looking, you know what I'm saying, and we've been in the game long enough, and we've been around people that actually do it. So you can see the difference, you know what I'm saying? You know, Tank will tell me sometimes when he in the ring spawn, he on something. Yeah, so we prepare him for that type of situation. What we're going to do, how we're going to deal with it, you know, and how would I say this? We prepare ourselves for doing that. That's why Floyd, he always pressed the issue. Fighters got to press the issues about making people be tested. If they don't, nobody knows.
Some people would say, like, hey, he's a young guy. He's just filling out to his man strength, his man body.
Go back and look at Tank. He still look the same, don't he? Now, every fight, they grab my hand wraps. They saying this little kid got too much power. You know what I'm saying? But we old-fashioned. You know what I'm saying? Some people like taking shortcuts. I'm not saying he is, but we're preparing for it if the fight happened.
I'm worried. I'm worried because we saw this with Floyd and Manny, you know, where he brought it up and it delayed the fight, and we got it 7 years later.
Ask yourself why. That's the question. Ask yourself why. But I know we ain't ducking no more smoke. You know what I'm saying? We want the guys that called us out. We want the guys at this era now.
So if not Ryan, then Devin, Shakur.
Whoever. To make the what? The big fights.
It's good to hear. On one last thing, I wanted to bring it up, but it was important for me to touch on the other things. The amount of care and love you have for Gervonta, where does that stem from? You've known him since he's a little kid, and you've gone up with him, but where does that really stem from?
We are beacons for each other because people that really know me, they sit there and look at me and say, man, he came a long way. So we help each other. He keeps me humble, I keeps him humble. Because when you see my anger, you see him in the ring with it. You know what I'm saying? What I meant by that, right? When it comes to getting in that ring, it's seriousness. And you have to be that way because it's a man-to-man combat sport. Somebody gonna get in and somebody gonna get out. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I want to make sure he's good.
Coach, thank you, man. It was a good chat. I appreciate you as well. Thank you so much. This is Marcos Villegas reporting here in Washington, D.C. Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe for more videos of your favorite fighters over here on Fight Up TV, and give us a follow online as well at Fight Up TV on Twitter and on Instagram. We appreciate it, guys.